Hi, LaDonna.
Hi, Joanna. How are you?
Good. Well, all right. I was wanting to speak to you today.
Okay, what's going on?
Well, I need a little bit of advice and maybe some guidance. I have a family member that we believe that he has a gambling problem. We're family members are certain that he does, and they've kind of asked me to be the family spokesman.
Okay. Well, I'd love to talk with you today about this and maybe see if we can come up with some ways to kind of think through this. So tell me a little bit more about what's going on.
Well, one of our family members he works at a casino, and during that time of working at a casino, he's developed a gambling problem. Mm-hmm. The family members recently found out about it, and they've approached me to be the spokesman for the family to approach him about it.
Okay. How do you feel about that?
I'm a little standoffish. I usually am a confrontational person, but this time around I'm not.
Do you know why you're feeling that way?
Not really. I do believe that it might be because the last couple years we've been getting along really well. So I don't know if maybe that's a problem or if maybe it's fear. I don't know.
And can you tell me, Joanna, more about your relationship with this relative?
Well, we've had our ups and downs in past years, but here of late, the last couple of years, we've been getting along really well, and I guess I don't want to jeopardize that.
Okay. So help me kind of understand, what do you think the most critical thing is for you in trying to figure out how to approach this?
I think the most critical thing is he going to blow up? I mean, I guess and how is he going to take that? How is he going to be with the rest of the family? I don't want him to take it out on everybody when it's me being the one that's going to be confronting him about it.
Okay.
I guess I'm afraid of everybody else's relationship with him as well.
And Joanna, what do you hope that you can take from our conversation today?
Well, I'm hoping that maybe I can have a couple of steps, being guided in a couple of steps to where I can take them and utilize them in this problem that I have, this fear.
Tell me more about some of the challenges that you think you might run into when you approach your relative.
Oh gosh, he's liable to go off on everybody. He's liable to get up and move. Gosh, what is he liable to do? I haven't really thought that through, but that is something that I'll have to.
So I guess I'm hearing that you're a little bit unsure about his reaction
Mm-hmm.
and what to expect when he's confronted with the problem. Is that correct?
Yes.
What do you think will happen if he's not approached?
Well, if he's not approached, then I'm assuming that he would just keep on doing what he's doing, and that's gambling. And the consequences to gambling, I'm afraid to think about it.
Well, maybe we could kind of explore a couple of options and ways that you could approach your relative, and maybe you could kind of help me see, and we could think through together what the outcomes would be from maybe different approaches. Have you had to confront this relative in the past in any particular way that you felt was successful and non-confrontational and the outcome was good?
I have.
Can you tell me about what the approach was like then?
Well, actually, we met in public.
Okay.
We did meet in public, I remember this, and we did discuss the problem at that time, and we couldn't blow up in the middle of many people, being surrounded around people, and so that might be one approach that I will take, getting him in a public area to where he can't blow up. And another thing that I remember I did is I drove, so he's not able to walk away.
So he rode with you, is what you're saying?
He did.
Okay.
Of this particular circumstance, yeah. I drove, and we went to actually lunch, and it didn't go all that great, but it was laid out on the table.
Okay. Since you had a positive outcome from the time that you just told me about, do you feel like maybe that would apply in this situation? And how would you go about that?
Well, I think we could possibly use that for this one. I do believe that if I do that same process as I did before, it may work. I'm just not sure why the fear is there. And I think that's once I get over that fear, I'll be okay.
Do you think you would feel differently if you had someone else help you with this?
I think if somebody else was in the picture, it would cause embarrassment for him, and I think that he would be more likely to actually blow up.
Well, Joanna, so from what I'm hearing, you feel like it's very important that you speak with this relative. And you're remembering a situation where meeting in public, even with you driving, these were some things that really help lead to a positive outcome. And so that might be the approach that you would want to take with this. So let's talk about where you go from here. I mean, what do you think your first step should be to move in that direction?
Well, I would think that it's calling him.
Okay.
Calling him and making a date to meet.
Okay. And then when do you think that would be a reasonable time frame?
I believe I can probably meet with him within a couple of weeks.
Okay. Well, I'm going to hold you accountable for that.
Okay.
So you're going to make a phone call within the next few days and try to set a meeting within a few weeks?
I will.
Okay.
And then at that time, hopefully we can get the confrontation out of the way and move on.
Okay. Well, do you feel like this has been helpful to you in kind of establishing some action to take for this problem?
It has. It made me think about what do I have to lose if I don't meet with him, or if I do. I think if I don't meet with him, there's a lot to lose. Versus if I meet with him, he's just going to get angry.
I feel like Joanna was actually able to kind of think through her reasons for kind of postponing what she felt like she needed to do, and maybe even come up with an option that would be pretty positive and likely to have a positive outcome. And for me, it was really great to see her kind of think through these things and come up with some action steps that I think will be helpful.
When I met with LaDonna, I came with questions. I wasn't sure on how to confront a person. And one of the things that I am walking away with today is, what's the worst that can happen if I do confront this person? But there's so many things that are bad that could come out of this if I don't confront the person. So it was fear that I came with, and I'm walking out with steps to take in order to meet with the person that I'm going to have the confrontation with.